So, you're thinking about starting a security business in South Africa. You know, it's a massive opportunity, for sure. But let's be real, the whole process can seem a little complicated. Well, in this explainer, we're going to break it all down and turn that complexity into a clear, step-by-step blueprint to get you started. Starting a business in this sector can be incredibly rewarding, but it is super easy to feel overwhelmed. I think the biggest question people have is often the simplest one. Where do you even begin? All right, let's find out. The very first thing to wrap your head around is the landscape here. In South Africa, there is a huge, consistent demand for protection services. For homes, for businesses, good security isn't just a nice to have, it is an absolute necessity. And you know what? That creates a massive opportunity for entrepreneurs. So before you just jump in feet first, it is absolutely crucial to understand where the real demand is. You got to know what people actually want and need. So let's break down the core services that are really dominating the market right now. Okay, this chart right here gives you a fantastic visual breakdown of those core needs. Now, market shares can shift a bit, but these four areas, we're talking manned guarding, alarm monitoring, CCTV, and access control, they consistently make up the biggest slices of the pie. Understanding this mix is your key to finding your specific niche. Let's move on to the foundation of your business, because getting the legal stuff and the planning right from the very beginning, well, in this industry, it is completely non-negotiable. Just think of these first 3 steps as your essential homework. For step 1, don't just glance at your competitors. You need to really dig in, analyze their weaknesses, and find your unique angle. For step 2, that business plan isn't just some document for the bank. It's your actual roadmap. And step 3, registering your company, that's when it all becomes real, and it protects you legally. Now, to get registered, you're going to have to get familiar with 2 key authorities. First up, you'll register your business name and structure with the CIPC. After that, you've got to register for a business tax number with SARS. Both of these are absolute must-do first moves. And I cannot stress this enough, you absolutely cannot operate without the proper licenses. This brings us to step 4, which is the big one, and it introduces the single most important regulatory body you need to know. You know, this is a question we see all the time. And the answer is a definitive 100% yes. There is a specific governing body you have to go through. No exceptions. And here it is, PSIRA. That's the Private Security Industry Regulatory Authority. The best way to think of PSIRA is as the industry's official rulebook and its referee. And compliance? It's mandatory. Not just for your business as a whole, but for every single employee you bring on board. This really illustrates what I mean about the different layers of compliance. See, it's not just one license. First, you register the business with PSIRA. Then, you have to make sure every employee has their own individual PSIRA license. And if you offer armed response, you have to secure firearm licenses, plus other operational permits for things like your vehicles. All right, so your legal foundation is sorted. Phew. Now for the exciting part. Actually building the core of your operation, your team, your tech, and your services. This is going to cover steps 5 through 7. A great security company is built on great security officers. It's that simple. So what are the absolute basic must-have requirements you need to be looking for when you start hiring your team? These are the absolute bare minimums, but honestly, it goes way beyond just checking these boxes. Your vetting process is your first line of defense. Thoroughly verifying every single credential and running comprehensive background checks isn't just red tape. It's how you build a team that people can trust from day one. Hiring well gets you in the game, but it's the continuous training that helps you win. Investing in skills like de-escalation, first aid, and the latest tech doesn't just make your officers better at their jobs, it actually becomes a key selling point for your clients. It's how you build that reputation for professionalism. Okay, as part of step 6, you need to decide exactly what you're going to offer. Are you going to focus on manned guarding for events and properties? Or are you more interested in tech-based solutions like alarm monitoring and CCTV? Or maybe a mix of both? Being crystal clear here is absolutely key for marketing to your customers. Nailing your pricing strategy, that's step 7, is so important. This table breaks it down perfectly. First, you have to know your costs inside and out, everything from salaries to insurance. Second, go do your homework and research what your competitors are charging. And third, And this is the most important part. You have to clearly state your unique value. Is it your superior training, better tech? That's what justifies your price. So your operation is built, it's ready to go. Now for the final steps, it's all about launching, finding those first clients, and at the same time, planning for sustainable long-term growth. Getting your first clients is all about a strategic mix of marketing. I mean, sure, local newspaper ads can still work in some areas, but in today's market, a professional website, targeted Google ads, a solid social media presence, and active industry networking are absolutely essential. You have to remember, in the security business, your product isn't just safety, it's peace of mind. And excellent customer service. We're talking clear communication, rapid responses, being flexible. That's how you deliver on that promise. That's what turns a one-time contract into a long-term partnership. Finally, let's just get real for a minute and talk about the reality of the industry, because being prepared for the challenges that are coming is just as important as following all the steps we've laid out. The reality is, this industry is tough. You are going to face intense competition and very strict PSIRA regulations right from day one. Your ability to find and keep skilled officers, all while navigating this complex landscape, well, that's what will ultimately determine your success. And that's really our final thought for you. This is not an overnight success story. It's all about building a solid reputation through pure dedication, trustworthiness, and a relentless focus on providing quality, reliable service, day in and day out.